down in the sea and waded in. I count my blessings. Rise from the deep, let the joy within. I know it's been hard, but I found my way again. Oh, we'll never end where we begin. I found my hope when it was lost. When it was lost, I helped my heart out of the dark, out of the dark. I found the power, a brand new day, a brand new day. I found the power, a brand new day, a brand new day. There is a love I only know, I only know. I found the strength to let her go, to let her go. I found the power, as you can see, them no believe, girl, you can forward. Come there with me, living lavishly.
Hi everyone. Hi and welcome to the orientation week. Welcome to the first day of your orientation week for the machine learning and data engineering tracks. We are all excited to have you here today. It has not been easy from the days of data analytics to Python, and now you are in machine learning and data engineering track. You have been onboarded this week. We are really excited. We are really happy for your growth, for the journey so far. We have been with you all the way, and we have seen how you have progressed and how you have grown over the past few months. And we are happy. We are super, super happy to have you guys here today. How are you guys feeling? How are you? How does it feel like to be in the machine learning and the data engineering track? How does it feel? I know you guys are really excited. I know you are so, so happy to be here, and we're also happy to be here with you guys as well. My name is Alima. I'm your host as usual, and let's just dive right in. Okay, so let's have a quick icebreaker. What are you curious about? What's your ultimate goal in the machine learning and the data engineering track? Are you here to build projects? Are you here to get the knowledge so that you can land a job? Are you here to just show off your skills? Are you here to push yourself to see how hard you can go? There has to be a reason that you're actually here, that you've been here from the beginning up until now, from the days of professional foundation, through data analytics and in Python, and then now machine learning and data engineering. So we really want to know why you guys are actually, what's your goal actually for joining the data engineering or the machine learning track? Why are you, what's your goal actually? Okay, oh, I can see a lot of messages already. Morocco, okay. Oh yeah, we always do this actually. I'm really sorry. I should have asked where you guys are joining from, but I mean it's a good thing that you guys took the cue to tell us where you're joining from. I'm seeing people from Rwanda. I'm seeing Alfred from Delta, Nigeria. I'm seeing Munashe from Zimbabwe. I'm not sure if I got that correctly. I'm sorry if I murdered this. I'm seeing Khalil from Morocco. I can see okay, Caroline says exciting. Okay. Um, um, Zola says, I feel good and proud of myself to have come this far. You really, really should feel proud, actually. We are proud of you. We really are proud of you. It's not easy. It hasn't been easy. A lot of you started this journey together from the days of professional foundation, and a lot of people didn't even make it through to maybe data analytics and even Python. A lot of people have had goals, or they had plans to actually do Python, to do data analytics, and even to do machine learning or data engineering, but they couldn't make it. Their consistency and their show up was not even there, so we couldn't get them all the way to this place. But you guys are here, and we're really excited, guys. So you guys should really be excited. We're excited along with you. Tried from the last one, but excited for the next. Okay, tired, sorry, from the last one, but excited for the, yeah. You should catch it. That's why this week is there for you to catch your breath, take a break, take a breather, and then you just feel the air, and then get ready for the next phase, right? Jeremiah says from Kenya, my Athena page is 0 sprints and 0 lesson. Kindly help. Yeah, for this week, you have no learning content. This is an onboarding week. This is where we get to onboard you, to show you around, to show you the tour of data engineering and machine learning tracks, to show you what to expect and what to prepare for. So this week is there's no assessment due for this week. Okay, as Samoa says, build projects and solve real world problems. So that's good. That's a really beautiful goal. Charity says to get knowledge, apply it, and land a good job. Right, right. Desmond says from Ghana, build cool projects and show my skills as well. Okay. Oh, Jeremiah says echo. Please, can you confirm if you can hear echo as well as Jeremiah? I hope I'm not echoing. Okay, Zola says, I'm in a machine learning track to develop skills so I can land a job. All right, all right. Everybody wants to land a job. Everybody wants to make money. And you're in the right place, actually. You're really in the right place. My goal is to be well equipped to work remotely. Oh, okay, okay. Alfred says, I just need to work up my portfolio. Okay, okay. Uh, Magomo says, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying my best. Magomo says, I want to develop data engineering skills that can help me land a job. Everybody wants to land it. I mean, that's a good reason, actually. Everybody wants to land a job, and we want to do it the right way. We want to make legit money. And one way to do that is to learn skills, is to learn and learn and learn a lot of things, so that we can be, very competitive in the job market. We can be able to land jobs, and we can have an edge over our peers when we start to apply for jobs. So it's a really good reason for you to want to, do machine learning, or for you to have been here all the way. Fraser says, build projects, solve hard problems, and get paid. Yeah, money is important. Benjamin says, Python was no joke, so I know I got to get geared up for what's coming. Yeah, you're right, Benjamin. Juliet says, I can't access my data analytics course materials. I can't access. Oh, if you can't access your course materials, I think you should send a ticket on AnswerBase, or sorry, it's the ticket on Fresh Desk, and we'll take it up for you from there. Um, okay, 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 okay. All right, guys. All right, guys. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. So today, let's just go over the let's go over the housekeeping. If you have any questions, you can put them in the Q&A as usual, so that we don't get they don't get lost in the chat. The chat is, messages keep coming in, so put your questions in the Q&A. Most importantly, if you are going to use the chat area, please do so liberally and respectfully. Do not use words that you are not supposed to use. We're all here to learn and to grow. So try to use your words well. Okay, now let's unpack everything. Let's onboard you guys. So for the agenda, today's agenda, we're going to have a deep dive of data engineering track. We are also going to have a deep dive of machine learning track as well. And then we're going to do portfolio showcase overview and expectations and mindsets. And then we're going to look at ALX community, and then we're going to go to Q&A and announcements, and then we're going to close off this session. I hope you guys are excited. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start with data engineering track deep dive, and this is going to be taken by no other than our amiable Kayode Balogun. Kayode Balogun, please, over to you.
Hello everyone, how are we feeling today?
You guys have come a long way indeed. I understand if you guys are exhausted, but well done. Well done for doing hard things. So it's me again, and I'll be taking you in the deep dive. I want to give you reasons why you should consider data engineering. More often than not, I like going yeah, thank you. Yeah, I can stay on that slide. Can move to the next slide. I like going after the ML person does their deep dive because I like leading with this line. I like telling people who want to sign up for the course. I tell them without data engineering, there's no data science, there's no machine learning, there's no data analysis, there's nothing without the data. You guys are the plumbers that build the pipelines that feed everything. Data you're going to use to prepare your Netflix recommendation, medical diagnosis. Of course, Shakti chat says, without God, there is no data engineering. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. But we are the foundational course. And so that's why you see a lot of people saying, oh, in the age of AI, what happens to the data analyst? Oh, what happens to the data scientist? I can prompt or ask my LLM questions. But the thing is, who feeds the LLMs? Who feeds your ChatGPT? Who feeds Claude? Who creates the pipeline to train those data? Is the data engineer. Without the data engineer, there is no Claude, there is no ChatGPT. Yes, the data scientists can still help in fine-tuning the models, but we make sure that the data that goes into creating so many things that affect our lives, change our lives, I will keep affecting and changing our lives throughout the entire lifespan, have their foundation in the field of data engineering. So let's begin. You notice when you get to data engineering, we'll stop just calling data. Maybe in the DA course or in Python, you can refer to data as data. We start adding, we give it a title, Chief Big Data. Why? You notice that a lot of the things we'll be doing in data engineering, you've kind of done them already. But the thing is, for those of you who have done the DA course, you find out that you move from spreadsheets to SQL and so on and so forth. The thing is, we're now handling big data. The kind of pipeline you build to be able to recommend movies to people worldwide on Netflix is not the one you will use to catch people committing fraud in Margin Dogo. So we're going to use special tools that can handle it. So you'll find out that we'll focus more on the concepts. Yes, we will build pipelines. Once you understand the concepts of why we use certain tools, you can now move on to the tools. You understand why this? Because I'm saying this because at the end of the course, I realized, oh, in a way, I've been doing data engineering. And if there's anything I will say, someone was talking about working with Python for long, please continue. If you are coming to data engineering, don't forget to keep practicing your SQL and your Python, for you need both of them. Please and please, I want to emphasize this so that when we kick off, when we normally start, we start breaking down different concepts. And then I was like, oh, when practical starts. And then when the practical starts, everywhere is always quiet. And I'm always teasing them. But don't worry, we're here to have fun. They have a community, there's a lot of handholding would happen, and just relax. It's a very awesome course, I tell you. So yeah, we'll first start with introduction to big data. Like I said, we start with the concepts. We explore what data engineering is, why data is considered a valuable business asset. I'm sure by this stage, a lot of us have some inkling as to why that is. And then don't forget to look at data modeling and DBMS. Yes, database management systems we've been talking of for a while. Like I said, as you are going in the course, you realize that you've been doing something like it, but now you're in the big leagues. You cannot you cannot be working with big data and mention spreadsheets. It can't work. Yes, you will need alternate solutions. You work with spreadsheets. When I mean storing data on spreadsheets. You might have to, you might work with them, but you might not, a spreadsheet should not be your database. Definitely it can't work. And then we have introduction to ETL. What is ETL? Extraction, transformation, and loading. If you give Oh, I wish there's a way I can turn off this chat to stop distracting me. Did I pronounce it well? Kadilobari, relax. Like I said, it's very chill. You can even ask. The thing is, you can even ask those who are what you call it, who are currently doing the course. So the thing is, I don't ruin the surprise for you, but okay. Jeremiah says, what if someone hasn't been strong on SQL and Python? Can you machine learning? Um, so there's a solution for that. I say keep practicing so that when I'm explaining, you're not completely lost. There are some, even if you think you know Python, by the time it comes to data engineering, you find out that you still need to know Python. So keep practicing, don't panic. But when you get there, I'm telling you, there, especially in this day and age, back then it was kind of tougher. But in this day and age, we thank God for advancements in AI. So we'll be working with a tool. I'm going to go ahead and just talk about it. When we get there, I'll talk about it again. So when we get to where we are working with Docker, you find out that there are tools you have to work with. Your code might have issues. So Docker, when you install Docker Desktop, you find out that there's an AI called Gordon. Sometimes in live sessions, because of time, if you can't debug the code, I'll just say, Gordon, rectify what is wrong in the back end. I need to illustrate my learners one or two things so they can see how this pipeline is working. And then Gordon fix it, gives me my password. I go on Airflow and I fire away. Don't mind me if what I'm saying sounds like jargon now. So, but we still need to understand the code behind. So yes, that is another shortcut you can use to work with, but it's still good to understand the code you're working with. So do not panic. In fact, another use case was when a learner was like being in session saying, oh, Kaya, they have been trying to install Airflow manually. I just said, you know what? If you're going to work with a container, just tell Gordon to install Airflow for you and fire away. So yeah, it's like that. So don't panic. But please and please still practice your Python and SQL because yes, um, code writing the exact syntax might not be the issue, but if you don't understand the concepts, you find out that don't worry, the app for Docker, once you download Docker desktop, it comes with it. You just say you just give the command, just say Docker AI, and then Gordon comes on in your terminal. But don't worry about that for now. You don't have to go and learn it or anything. No. In fact, Docker will even prompt you to recommend if you're having issues with your pipeline, it will recommend. I'm sorry, please go back. I'm not yet done. So I don't want to harp too much on that. I just want to reduce the panic. Do not panic, please and please. But I just want to say this: you are now in the big leagues. Even the way you learn, the way you translate information, and the way you present yourself, your CV, everything should be different from how it has been in the past. Again, we look at big data architecture, we visualize system design, end-to-end data flow. You find out why the little things are very important because in data engineering, you can do everything correctly and your pipeline still fails. That's why we look at concepts like monitoring. You have to monitor your pipeline. Your code might be correct. If you see examples where your code is correct, but the pipeline still fails or it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. I remember a session where we're supposed to download images from Upsplash, and then we did not. Yo, relax, relax, no panic. There will be space. There will be space. There will be space. Let me not eat into my time. Um, there will be space for your Docker. So we'll be looking at data security, data security, data lineage, and data quality. Like I said, the concepts are very important because when you're dealing with big data, especially in the work environment, it has gotten real. And there's a question I'm expecting from you guys, and I'm going to come back to this point. Um, this is the real deal. So when we're talking about data governance now, data lineage, data quality, you have to pay attention, even though it's not coding. Although some coding is involved to get metadata or to store, to log the metadata, because lawsuits may arise. You might break laws, and you can't say, sorry, I did not know. Please, next slide. And don't forget, this will just take 2 weeks. D101. Next slide, please. Next, we're looking at storing of big data. Storing of big data. Remember I said the big leagues, how to pull data using APIs, like the example I gave. So here we'll first discuss the concept, but later on we'll see how to pull it using your own APIs. You'll not be using my own. I don't know why every cohort there are learners who are always trying to see my own API. I tried to hide it the last time because I was sharing my screen. I still shared the API, but don't worry, I'm going to, that was temporary. And then look at streaming data. Delta life tables, pipeline orchestration, and then processing the big data. Remember, everything is big. We can't do it the way we used to do it before. And this will just take 2 weeks, and you need 60 hours recommended to work on this. You can use more or less. Please, next slide. Next, the part I've all been waiting for. Docker, this is where it get exciting. We will build, run, and manage containers. Who can tell? Yes, there is small data. All the data I've been working with from since you joined the ALX, started the ALX courses till now, is small data. um, so we'll be working with Docker. Who can tell me why we need Docker? It's not just for data engineering, modern software development. Why do we need Docker? The answer is right here on the slide. Gertrude, please simulator for your certificate. You got it. Containerization. To remove the excuse of saying it works on my laptop. When I wrote the code, it was working on my laptop. In this day and age, that excuse can no longer fly because of Docker. And you'll be doing all this using containers. How to manage containers, how to orchestrate them. 90 hours recommended to study this, and this will take us for 3 weeks. So yeah, we're going to be having a lot of fun with Docker. Please, next slide, Alima. Next, we'll be working with Apache Airflow, looking at the basics. You'll be seeing when we create our DAG. Okay. Our DAG is just directed acyclic graph. Don't worry if it doesn't make sense now. It just means it exists because we don't want our task to be running forever in a loop. So we make sure it has a beginning and an end. So don't worry about that English now. When we get there, I tell you. So Airflow just helps us to monitor it properly and see what's going on. Tell it, okay, run this task. Because working with big data in production environment, we might have to save cost, we'll have to be more efficient. Okay, if more data is coming through here, route data here, let it go through here, or don't run this pipeline, or don't run that pipeline. So just mainly for orchestration to scale too. If more input is coming in, if lower input is coming in, and then for automation, remember, I don't always tell people who want to do data engineering, if you like automating stuff, if you have the good kind of laziness, then data engineering is for you. You don't want to manually be doing stuff every time. You're a data engineer at heart. This will take us 3 weeks, and recommended study time is 90 hours. Fire away. Next slide. Don't worry, here you will not be seeing the margin local community for now. Who knows in the future? Don't worry, the margin local community is not following you to data engineering. And then remember the T, the T to transform, to process our massive data sets. We're working with PySpark, and we will learn to filter, aggregate, and model data effectively. If you're wondering, I think I've done this with SQL. Well, I don't want to ruin the surprise. Remember now, we're working with big data, and we're using specialized, more powerful tools. Next, please. We are not after. You guys. Normally, I know that I tell the jokes, but you guys are really making me laugh in the comment section. Yeah, keep doing other things. Imagine Dogo is not after your life. Please, the next slide. Okay. So, yeah, generally that is it. I've been waiting for a particular question to pop up here, but I've not seen it. But whenever it comes up, I'm going to, or maybe in the Q&A when it comes up, when that question comes up, I'm going to answer it. But it's an awesome course. I don't ask a question for you. So God, I don't put in a different mind state, because I know when I started talking about some concepts, some people started becoming discouraged. Oh, what if they find Python or SQL hard? Relax. So I'm not answering the question that has not been asked, but once it's asked, I will say this is the question I was looking for. So you find out that you'll be having 14 MCQs. And what I always tell people that in the DE course, everybody graduates. Everybody graduates. And as you can see, the list of the MCQs for data security, data quality, data lineage, big data storage, etc. So there are more, but they are coming on the slides. You guys should be patient. You'll soon see them. Yeah, we have our Docker and then the Apache Airflow. And then we also have the Spark MCQ, and you can see them all here. Most of them are in MCQ forms. But one thing I always tell people is when you're doing the course, with the information the exercises you are seeing on Athena, please do them. The examples I give you, please do them. When I tell you, okay, create an image, put it on Docker Hub, I want to see it, people worldwide should be able to see it. I'm not going to grade you on them, nobody's grading you on them, but please do it, because you can even say it's part of a portfolio. I created a Docker image that people around the world can use. So yeah, that is how we are going to roll in the DE course. And I expect to see all of you there. Thank you very much, Halima. That will be all for me from now. Wish you all the best and keep doing hard things.
Thanks, Kayode. Thanks for the deep dive into data engineering track and helping our learners know what they are about to get into. All right, we're going to move on to the next deep dive now, which is machine learning deep dive, and this is going to be taken by Mbali. I'm not sure you guys are familiar with Mbali, but if you are familiar with Mbali, please, and if you are meeting her for the first time, whether you're meeting her for the first time or you have met her before, you've heard from her before, please join me in welcoming Mbali as she takes the machine learning deep dive, guys. Hi, Mbali. Welcome, and over to you.
Hi, Halima. Hi, everyone. So my surname is spelled incorrectly. My surname is Jempi. So my name is Mbali Jempi. That's Jempi with a P. All right, welcome, everyone. I don't know how I'm going to top Coyote's introduction and sell machine learning better than data engineering, but I'll try my best. If you can move on to the next slide, Halima. All right, so what comes to your mind when you hear the words machine learning? If you can share in the chats, what comes onto your mind? I mean, you went through Python and what you thought about was, oh, we're going to code, right? So now we're in machine learning. What comes to mind when you hear machine learning? When you signed up, you were like, okay, I'm going to go for machine learning. You saw data engineering, but you're like, you know what? Training a model, great. Machine that learns, love it. Straight to direct translation. Language of machine, AI is what comes to mind, okay? Gloria, you're for predictions. I love it. Creating and developing models based on training and test. That's a tongue twister. Test sets from Kola. That is correct, Kola. I feel like you have a peek on what we're going to be learning during this track. We have predictive analysis, computer language, and building models. Right, you guys are on the right track. The one way I like to explain it, I once saw a TikTok and this lady was explaining how it's so interesting that the yellow you see is not the same yellow I see. All right. So you can see, or the way you describe your yellow may not be the same way I see my yellow, but we know how to, or the term that is used for that specific color is yellow, but we don't see it the same. So the same thing in machines. Yes, we want to state or give it or help it understand specific patterns, make predictions, but we have to teach it in a way that it will understand what we are expecting from that output. Halima, next slide, please. So throughout this learning journey, you went through the data analytics track. If we can just show the whole slide, just to guide on what we're going through. Went to data analytics, you went through Python. I see some of you are complaining in the chats that, oh my word, Python almost took your soul, but listen, grab it and make sure you are holding on to yourself and to your knowledge and the knowledge you have learned before, because machine learning is going to use everything that you have acquired within those 14 and 8 weeks of those different tracks. Now, you're either here in machine learning or you're going to be going through data engineering, which is what Coyote was briefing you through. So the machine learning track is going to take you 15 weeks. This is one of the longest tracks or longest period you've gone through a specific track, hence why I state please put on and grasp, hold on to your socks. It's going to be fun, but it is going to be challenging. But what is anything worth learning if it's not challenging? You might as well just be given the certificate if you weren't challenged or tested. Next slide, please. Okay, so I'm going to try and sell you guys to data science. So Coyote was stating that, oh, what is life without data engineers? He's the foundation. Shagan, who I'm shocked, I'm not sure if he's on Coyote's side or on data science side, stated that without God, there'd be no data engineers. I was hoping he was going to mention data scientists, but that's okay. We'll let that pass. So as Coyote has stated, he is the foundation of, I guess, data. They make sure that they extract, they transform, and they load the data so that data analytics can then explore the data, and then we jump in, right? So Halima, please just next slide or click again. So that data analysts can explore the data and give insights. So look at it as what we call or look at it in a restaurant model. Data engineers are the ones who bring the ingredients, make sure that, let's say if we're running burgers, we've got the buns, we've got the patties, we've got the cheese. The data analysts then create and give you a burger. This is when you were building insights, right? You guys went through Power BI. What did you get from what you had got from the data, and then you made informed decisions. Then we hop on to machine learning. We were given what was required. We gave information based on what we saw from this data. And now machine learning is we're going to build model on what to happen next. All right. So, okay, cool. Data engineers in the restaurant model, they bring the ingredients. Data analysts, they build the burger, or they are the chefs. Machine learning engineers are the one that tell us, okay, how much should we stock for the next month or the next day? Or how many burgers should we prepare for a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday? And all of these data engineers, data analysts, and machine learning engineers then create the powerful Thor in the Avengers, your data scientist. So I guess Coyote and I work alongside each other, but I just don't like how he downplayed us. All right, next slide, please. So the machine learning workflow, we collect the data, we go through data cleaning. You guys have worked through this. I'm sure at this point you should do it in a blink of an eye. Previous slide, in a blink of an eye, where we collect the data, we clean the data, we explore the data, and we draw insights. That's where you have been up until now. Now we're going to hop onto the model building and training. And I think, was it Kola? Kola is the one who mentioned about training a model using train and test data. So now, as we go through, or when we go through machine learning, just as you learners, we give you information, correct? We give you the information, we give you the content, we give you live sessions, you're going through the training process. But at the same time, we need to test that whether what we were giving you is actually working. And we know that it's working if you meet the graduation requirements and you pass and you move on to the next track, correct? So that's now basically the basis of machine learning. You're going to be training and testing models, evaluating them. So the same way where we have a pass rate, you have to get 50% and above to know that you passed a specific assessment. So machine learning, see it as just another person, or as you would learn any new skill currently as you are, or maybe even reading a book, right? We have supervised and unsupervised. Then we hop on to the deployment and monitoring. So please note that when you're a data scientist and you build a model, you have to monitor that model. You can't, otherwise, data scientists would just be hired and then fired once they've built their model. It has to be monitored. Is it still performing well? Is the data being processed still relevant? Do we still need to fix a couple of things? All right, next slide, please. So there are many applications. So before, Halima, I hope you had paused there. So there are many applications of machine learning. Some are I'm not sure if they saw that image. But you can pop in the chats some of machine learning applications you guys know of. An example or a hint is one Coyote gave about, I think he mentioned recommendation systems, but we will also be building recommendation systems on our side. But what applications do you know of in the real world that apply machine learning? Are you guys still here? Am I alone? ChatGPT, exactly. Oh, great. I'm glad. Netflix, Apache Spark. I mean, Coyote kind of gave that away, but we're going to move. TikTok. Yes, exactly. Halime can go on. So there are multiple applications of machine learning which are very relevant in this day and age. You have your virtual personal assistants, you know that I'm not a fan of them. Currently, they could do better. Your chatbots when you're trying to get insurance premium or medical aid insurance. It's just all over the place. It could do better. We have image recognition, email spam, text and speech recognition, medical diagnosis, online fraud detection, web search, and so forth. There are so many. I'm sure you guys can read. But this is the relevance of machine learning in the real world and where you can apply your skills if maybe you're not sure which company you want to embark on. We're in the medical field, we're in the finance, we're everywhere, technically. As long as there's data, you're going to find data engineers, data analysts, and machine learning engineers. Next slide. Right. So again, this is the reason machine learning matters. You unlock powerful insights, you build intelligent system, and most importantly, you boost your career. I personally feel if you're going to do any research, imagine using machine learning to predict something based on what you have just found out in this instance or whatever you have been going through, especially when you have the correct data. Machine learning is going to go far. And as much as the one question everyone is always asking about is AI going to take our jobs? With machine learning, I doubt. We still need that human knowledge and that human understanding for us to understand the predictions, because AI could, yes, make a prediction, but we also need to bring our experience and skills to state whether or not that prediction was right, sensible, or not. Next slide. Okay, so after all, there are many tools you're going to be applying, as I stated. This is a build-up from data analytics to Python. There are tools and skills you're going to be using from those specific track up until now. So you've already been introduced to Jupyter Notebook, I think, or hopefully. So we'll still be continuing with those, many other Python libraries as well. I think if we can just show Google Colab, Pandas as well. Hope you guys still remember Pandas. Your scikit-learn, this might be something new. So this is one of the libraries that we work with intensively with machine learning tools. And lastly is your Microsoft Visual Studio Code. Next slide. So what to expect, right? So sure, you've seen with all the different tracks, you have your knowledge-based questions. These are the questions you find once you're going through the content, is to make sure you're keeping track and understand what you're being asked. Next, or click again. Okay. Okay, there will also be one graded assignment. These are your MCQ. And now we also have code challenges, right? No, you had them in Python. Why am I saying now? But again, you're going to have code challenges here. So please take note, it is impossible to cover all aspects of machine learning in a single module. So don't hesitate to use documentation, blah, 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 blah. You guys can read. So please make sure when these slides are provided with you, you do read through them, but we are here to help you process and understand what to expect. Next slide. So we have 3 modules. The first one would be your regression, right? So this is where we're going to be predicting numbers, values, all right? It's under your supervised learning. If you can just select next. So there are different topics we'll be covering. There'll be steps to build a model, preparing data for a model, algorithms for regression models, and model tuning. Don't be worried. Okay, we're going to start easy, nice, and then we're going to go in deep with all these models that are going to be introduced, as stated here, your k-nearest neighbors, your decision trees, and random forest. Next slide. Your second one will be NLP and classification. So in predictions, we're not just going to be predicting numbers. That's just part of regression. We're also going to be predicting categorical variables, whether if you look at some of the application, your medical diagnosis, whether we can predict either a patient is positive or negative, or whether it is cancerous or non-cancerous, and so forth. So the different topics we're going to be covering there, one of which is also natural language processing. This is largely used with creating ChatGPT. We'll be analyzing text, basic classification, and also advanced classification. Next slide. And then lastly would be your unsupervised learning. This is when we're working with data that is unlabeled, and we want to make prediction based on the data, but we do not know exactly or a target that we actually want to predict, but we want to understand the pattern that can give us some sort of understanding of how this data is moving. Right, some of the topics will include dimensionality reduction, hard and hierarchical clustering, as well as soft clustering. So if you see, we have 15 weeks, and each module will take 5 weeks. Please make sure that you use this time well. Oh, not to forget your recommender systems, right? Please make sure that you use this time well and you apply yourself, and definitely ask questions where needed. Next slide. So as stated, there are 3 types of assessment. You have your knowledge-based questions, so your NQs, you have your MCQs, and you also have your code challenges. All right, please note, as before, pass rate is 50%. You have 1 attempt to score 100%, the rest will be supplementary, and you have a total of 3 supplementary attempts to pass. Also, you have 15 assessments. You need to make sure that you pass 12 out of that 15 to meet graduation requirements. Right, not sure if that is it before we go through the walkthrough. Oh, right, so as stated, you have MCQ and code challenges, your knowledge base, or just to test your knowledge and understand whether the content you are going through, you understand it. And then the ones that will be assessed and marked are your code challenges and MCQ. Week 14, you have a Kaggle competition. This does not count for the assessments that will be 4 marks. Okay, so please note that. If you see, now you see that, okay, no, but you said we have 15 assessments, and week 14 doesn't count. If you also note, week 10, you have a theory MCQ and a practical MCQ. Those count as 2 assessments. Right. Next slide. All right. Let me share my screen, or is this walkthrough a video? I doubt. Okay. See, where is my Chrome? Pretty sure it opened it. Just give me 2 seconds. Why do I not see my Chrome? Oh, there we go. What did I just show? Nope. Wrong slide. Share. Where are we? Give me 2 minutes. No. Okay. Why does it keep doing this? Let me close this guy here. Share. Open the tab. There we go. Okay. So once you open, this is the first code challenge you guys are going to come across. That is your linear regression code challenge. Please make sure that once you started, so now this is from a different cohort, so it is going to show that I am attempting a supplementary test. So you want to attempt the supplementary test, and then it will open you to the resources that you're going to need. So with code challenges, we give you a Python file where you are going to basically give your code. All right, you guys have seen from Python, I hope. This is where you code. Do not make any changes. Write the code where you need to write, because you don't want to have autograder not realizing where your answers are. So you're going to select download question. Then it's going to download a file for you. There, or a Python file, the Python file you'll be writing or coding in. Now, to submit that file, you need to make sure that you submit it as a zip file. Just want to remove that. You want to make sure that you submit it as a zip file. So once you zip your Python file, what it does is that it's going to add an extension to the extension that you already have. So it will say ipynb.zip. You don't want that. You want to make sure that you change that extension to just linear regression.zip. Okay. So for example, let me see if it will show here. I had done an example before. As you see, I have linear regression code challenge student.zip. And then I say save. Let's wait for that to load. Give it a moment. And then I will see my report card. This tells me what's happening with my code. You guys have seen, what have I failed? Which areas, or where's my code wrong? What did I do wrong? And then it will give me my final grade at the end. So please make sure that you follow these instructions. Your extension should not have ipynb.zip. It should just be .zip. Lastly, follow the coding, the flow of the code. Do not be moving around cells, because the autograder is now going to get confused of, okay, in this cell, I was expecting you to be splitting and training your data or calling your model function, but now I'm seeing you are building a visual. So please make sure you follow the flow of the given code. All right. Thank you, Halima, and all the best, guys, and hope to see you in some of the sessions. Cheers.
Thanks, Mbali, for that deep dive. I'm sure that you guys already have like a sneak peek into what machine learning has to offer, and I'm sure you guys are excited about the journey ahead. All right, we're going to move on to portfolio showcase overview and expectation, and that is going to be taken by Segun Lawal. I'm sure you guys know Segun Lawal already, so well, you can welcome Segun Lawal actually. So Segun, hi Segun, over to you.
All right, thank you. Let me share my screen, right? So before I start, I just want to say that whether you're a data engineer, whether you're a data scientist, whether you're a data analyst, whether you're a data evangelist, let me use that word, we are all important and we need each other to survive. Okay, so I can see in the chat some people are saying, oh, they want to do both courses. I would advise you to just focus one at a time, right? Don't try to shuffle the two at the same time. It's going to be too much for you. So follow your heart. If your heart says data engineering, go for data engineering. If your heart says data science, go for data science. As long as you are just in the field, right? You are all good. So we're going to be looking at project portfolio showcase, right? So after I've gone through the lessons, you are going through the lessons and building your skills. It's important to have project portfolio, right? And that's what we are going to look at here in this section. So as you see, my name is Segun Lawal, and I'll be walking you through what project portfolio showcase is all about. So beyond what you'll be learning, or beyond the learning content, we have what we call project portfolio showcase. And what is this project portfolio showcase all about? It is a structured opportunity for your professional portfolio, or for your opportunity to present your professional portfolio, right? It's an opportunity for you to put together everything you have learned and present it in a structured way. So at the midpoint of this program, probably week 11, it allows you to leave the program with a job ready portfolio. So you go through the program, you complete your learning. How can you prove to people that you are competent And it's not just by showing certificates, it's by showing projects that you have worked on. And not just any project that solves specific problem, right? So your project portfolio demonstrates your applied thinking, problem-solving ability, and readiness for real-world roles. So the technical mentors evaluate every submission you make, right? And you provide we provide structured feedback for you. So what's the journey look like? As you are going through the course, you're learning, before you end the course, we expect you to build your portfolio development, your project portfolio. Then you will submit your portfolio and a selected project in your portfolio. The mentor will evaluate. We're going to evaluate your submission, then we'll give you feedback, and we will select the top performing portfolio projects, and we will recognize them during the graduation. Now, why is it important to participate in this project portfolio showcase? One, you're going to receive professional feedback from the technical mentors. You're going to have the opportunity to improve your portfolio. You're going to have the opportunity to also demonstrate your technical growth, right? Then you will gain recognition for outstanding work, and you will build a stronger portfolio for future opportunities. When you're looking for roles in data, you don't just show certificates, you show evidence, okay? So projects are a little bit more important than just having certificates, right? So to build a portfolio that opens doors, so your portfolio is more than a collection of projects. It's an evidence of your skills, your thinking, and your ability to solve real-world problems. So you don't need to start talking too much and telling people, oh, I've learned data science, I've learned data analytics, I've learned machine learning, I've learned data engineering. You just need to showcase your project portfolio. And it shows everyone that you have these skills and you are ready to work, right? So once you're done learning, you work on your projects. When you work on your projects, you put your projects into portfolios, and you are ready to kickstart your career in data, right? So you showcase your technical skills, you demonstrate your ability to solve problems, you build a professional online presence, then you prepare for technical interviews so that you'll be able to stand out for employers. Now, it's very important to know that you think of portfolio as evidence of your skills, not simply a collection of certificates. So we have a lot of people who have done a lot of certificate course from different platforms, including ALX. But beyond the certificate, how can you show to employers that you are ready to work? So certificate shows that you can learn, while portfolio project shows that you can build or you can exercise those skills to solve actual problems. Okay. So starting from day one, okay? So from next week, Monday, content to be available. Currently, the content are not available on Antenna. From next week, Monday, you kickstart your learning. Start thinking about the kind of project, as you are learning the skills, start thinking about the kind of project you want to build. And you don't think about projects from solution point of view, you think about from problems. Look at the problems around you, the everyday problems in your society, in your environment, and ask yourself, how can I use data to solve this problem? And that's how you start creating original projects unique to you, right? So you learn new skills, complete projects, document your work, add your project to your portfolio, improve the portfolio using our portfolio setter kit, which will be provided for you later. Then you submit your portfolio and a selected project. Then we have your portfolio project showcase. Then you receive feedback. Okay. So what makes a strong portfolio? You have to clearly explain the problem being solved. You have to demonstrate your technical approach. You have to explain the results of your outcome. You have to tell a clear story: problem, approach, outcome. Then you're going to have your professional layout with working links and easy to navigate. So very important. Do not wait until the 11th week of the program to start building your portfolio. Start building your portfolio now, okay? So every project you complete is an opportunity to strengthen your project portfolio. Good. So in summary, the project portfolio showcase had phases, right? So when you start learning, it will get to a point where we'll ask you to fill your portfolio with the project that you work on, that is your personal project. So as you start learning, you start filling in your portfolio with your personal project. Then you continuously improve or revamp your portfolio using the portfolio style kit, which we'll provide for you. Then when you finalize the projects and your portfolio, we are going to require to submit it via a Google form for a chance to be showcased live, to get live feedback from mentors. Then you have a chance to showcase your portfolio project and a specific project to receive live feedback. Then your portfolio gets evaluated and scored by our technical mentors. Then the top portfolios and their owners get spotlighted in during graduation. So I'll quickly showcase a project and a portfolio of past learners. Okay, so let's have a look at this project created by our past learner. So this was a learner in previous cohort who graduated. So he built a project, and you can see Nairobi House Price Predictor. So this portfolio project is able to predict the price of house in Nairobi based on specific parameters. So let's say I want a house of, say, 500 square meters. Let's say and I like 4 bedrooms. Let me say I need 4 bedrooms. Bathrooms, let me put it 5. Neighborhood, I'll just choose Runda. Okay. Amenities, yes, I want a parking slot, fiber internet. Yes, I think I need a backup generator and, yeah, a swimming pool. Then I'll click predict, and you can see prediction completed. So based on what I selected, the average price of house is this price, 150,000 Kenyan shillings, predicted price. So this is the price per square meter and price per bedroom. So you can see this is a simple demonstration of how you can build your project. Okay, so this is just a single project. Now let me show you what a portfolio look like. So this is also one of our past learners who has built his portfolio. So this is a portfolio that contains a collection of projects. This other one is a single project. This is a portfolio. You can see how he presented his work. So if he wants to showcase his work to his employers or to potential employers, all he just needs to do is to share this link with them, and you get to see what or who he is. You can see he's a data scientist, and this is what he do. This is currently focused on. He currently have a couple of projects, and you can peruse his site, and he has an online presence. So look at the projects he has worked on, and this is his collection of things. Okay, so our goal is by the time you graduate, from before you finish this program, you have something like that, so that you are very much ready to start applying for opportunities. And finally, before I hand over back to Halima, what we will be looking for, what will mentors be looking for? Are you able to define a problem that the project is solving? We don't just build project for building sake. You build project with the aim of solving a problem. So you first identify the problem, then you use your project to solve that problem. So we're looking at a well-defined problem you're trying to solve. Then do you understand why the problem is important and its solution is essential? Then we look at how do you describe the data set and handle missing values, or how do you pre-process your data? Are the techniques and framework you use relevant to the problem you are solving? How do you interpret and explain your results? Are you able to explain the flow, that is from problem, approach, and outcome? Then most importantly, is the project documented clearly? Are all links working, and is the layout clear? So these are the parameters we use to rate the project work. Okay, but you can't get to that point. We're going to give you much more reminder with regards to project. Okay, so thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can drop it in the Q&A, and wish you all the best in your journey as we provide every guidance and support you need. All right, over to you, Halima.
Thanks, Shagun, for that overview of project portfolio showcase that our learners are going to be doing sometime during their learning journey. Right now, the next segment is what success looks like in the D and ML track, and that's going to be taken by, you can see that camera is on already, our very own Samantha. We know that you have questions, and we promise after this segment we're going to take your questions. We can see your hands up, but after this segment from Samantha, we're going to answer your questions. All right, Sam, over to you.
Thank you so much, Halima. Hello, everyone. And thank you to Shegun, Kayode, and Bali, who've been making this orientation so interesting, right? What is life without a little competition? I would like to add my voice into this competition and say, you know what? There is no data professional that will not need a data engineer. So I would say data engineers are more important. Anyway, I'm sure Shegun and Bali are not happy with me. Okay, so let's talk about what does success look like as you begin your journey in the machine learning track or DE track. I saw someone who said they're going to be doing both tracks at the same time. I will say this, all the best to you. And please tell us how you're spending your day, because those tracks on its own, just one track, is a lot of work. And like Shegun said, you're not learning so that you can just have a certificate. You are learning so that you can actually get the skill and be able to produce, when you're saying evidence. One of my favorite pastors always says, carry your evidence. So I hope as you start your learning journey, you are more intentional about learning to get the skill to show your evidence. Okay, so what is success? I want a few people to tell me in the chat, what is success? What will success look like as they start the machine learning journey? What is success? What is success? I haven't seen anyone. Oh, I'm seeing heartbreaks from Bali and Shegun, but I mean, clearly Kayode made his case very, very well. Okay, success will be achieving the desired outcome. That's Alfred. Thank you. Anyone else wants to share what does success look like for them as they start either their machine learning track or data engineering track? Having a great career out of, your acquired skills, okay, applied knowledge. Okay, success means I will have confidence in my own competence. That's great. This is great. I like how you guys are defining success. It's not too broad. It's actually very generic. Okay, so this is what we are saying at ALX. As a data programs team, is saying for you, success as you start a machine learning track is just learning and grasping the basic machine learning and data engineering concepts, building a strong foundation. So your success is looking like you starting to understand what is machine learning, what are the different tools that you use in machine learning, how can you use machine learning or data engineering in this case to solve real world problems, and you being able to actually know that, oh, there is a problem that is in my community and I'm actually able to solve it if I use this tool. I'm able to predict, for example, one of the projects that Shegun was showing us, that another learner just like you was sitting in a position like you a few months ago was able to come up with. A lot of people, before they want to buy a house, they probably want to know and predict how much a 3-bedroom house with 5 bathrooms will cost, right? So as you start your journey, your measure of success should be each and every week, I'm building a basic skill, I'm understanding basic concept in the field. What success is not is you becoming an ML or DE guru in 15 weeks. I'll tell you, even Shegun, Kayode, and Bali, who have gone ahead to share with you, they are currently saying to themselves they are not experts. Although we know in our team, they are our data scientists, they are our specialists. So for you, do not expect yourself to be an expert in the next 15 weeks. Do not start comparing yourselves to global experts. Of course, you can add your voice, and when they start talking about, oh, machine learning this, because you now get an understanding of basic concepts, you can add your voice to the discussions. But know this, keep this in mind, you are not an expert and you can't be an expert in 15 weeks. Okay. All right, so what will that look like in reality? And what we are recommending is Python data engineer, completing data engineering and or machine learning is like winning a race. But winning a race is you can either win a race by running a marathon or a sprint. Machine learning and DE track are not sprints. It is like you are running a marathon, because you will not, if you start at full speed, you will not be able to complete. So we want you to start with a steady pace. This week is your week of, like Halima said, catch your breath. Take time to relax, get to understand what machine learning is about, watch videos on YouTube, just prepare your mind to what's coming ahead. But once you start learning, you are starting with a steady pace. Build a rhythm. Focus on putting one foot in front of the other. Do not run a sprint, because if you do that, you will not be able to have enough energy to complete. So over the next 15 weeks, your goal isn't to be, oh, the fastest, I'm the one who has completed ML track. No, It's for you to keep moving forward, get the skills that you need, stay consistent, and cross the finish line when you have, and you still have some energy to spare. Okay. So what will help you to succeed, right? Now you understand that, okay, success is not that you're going to be a guru in 15 weeks. We do not expect you to be a guru. We don't expect you to be a specialist. But for you to be able to do that, you need to set expectations and goals for yourself. So a goal is a destination. I saw many of you sharing earlier when I asked you, what do you help to succeed? Many of you were sharing a goal. You were sharing that you want to be able to use the skills that you get. You want to be able to get a job. You want to be able to make money while solving big problems. I think that was one of my favorites, right? You want to be able to, make money, but you make money by solving big problems using your machine learning skills, right? That's good. So as you start your learning journey, set a goal for yourself. Your goal is, and your goal is very important because your goal is going to keep you motivated, right? If you set your goal that, okay, I want to be able to get a job by the time I finish machine learning, what that means is you are going to be motivated to ensure that week on week you are meeting your weekly goals. You're submitting those assessments. You're going through the content. You're starting to build the project portfolio so that once you are done, you are able to go and sell yourself out in the world, start applying for those jobs. And what are systems? Systems are those repeatable steps that you take to get there. So the first thing that I want you to do is set your goal. Let your goals be clear. Let them motivate you. Let them be scary. Everyone says goals can be scary, but you can dream as you want. But that will be an indicator of what you can do. Of course, we do not limit our goals to, oh, I just want to complete a machine learning in 15 weeks. Your goal should be something that is big, that is daring, and that's going to motivate you so that you can complete your learning journey. And what is going to help you achieve that goal are strong systems. So strong systems make success inevitable, even on those days when you are feeling low. And I would say, if you are like me, who likes to be visual, I like to put my goal in a picture form. See myself with this so much money, with Louis Vuitton bags, driving a Mercedes Benz, because once I wake up, if I see that, oh, this is where I want to go, and for me to get there, I need to have this machine learning skills. I'm able to even continue learning, even if I'm feeling tired or demotivated. That alone will motivate me. So an example for you of building systems that will make failing inevitable. I mean, failing not something that will not happen, but success inevitable is, for example, you would say every week, I'm going to make sure that I complete and submit all my assessments in 48 hours before the official deadline, right? That's your goal, sorry. Your system could be every week I will allocate 40 to 60 minutes daily just to focus on going through the machine learning or data engineering content, right? I would say this goal is it's a good goal, very short-term goal, right? But don't forget to set the big goal. Another could be, I want to be able to say, whenever maybe I'm not able to watch or attend the live learning webinars that we have, but after the webinars are posted, maybe I've gone to work, after work, I need to be able to go through the webinar notes, the video, be able to replicate whatever examples that were being, the technical mentors are taking me through. That's another way. That's a system that you can put in place. And then you can also put a system in place where every time before you even try out the assessment, you actually go through the assessment. Try to understand what are the expectations before you actually go through the content, right? So always figure out how best do you learn. So for me, I know I learn best when it's in the morning, and I learn best if I'm going through content every single day and consistently. Okay. And then another system could be having a weekly accountability partner, right? Someone you're going through the same track, the same cohort. You can actually say, hey, can we be study buddies? Can you keep me accountable every week? If I'm facing a blocker, maybe a technical issue with the code challenges, I can reach out to them before I even reach out to anyone at ALX. They could actually help you resolve the problem, which is something that we have noticed many learners do. So many learners who succeed in this program usually have an accountability partner or study buddies. Okay. And I want to leave you with a quote, right? A quote that will help you to put the systems in place. That will actually prompt you that after this session, you're going to look at, do I have enough system to help me complete this track, right? James Clear wrote this book, Atomic Habits, and I got the privilege of actually reading this book in December during my break. And it was so motivating because I realized that, you know what, for sure, tiny changes help to make remarkable results. So James Clear stated out in his book that you do not rise to the level of your goals, but you will fall to the level of your systems, right? So every time as you start going through the machine learning program and the data or the data engineering program, know that if you do not have a system in place that is going to help you to achieve your goal, you are going to fail without even blinking. But if you've got a system, and you maybe that goal is not even motivating enough for you, but at least the systems that you've put in place are going to keep kicking in, right? Because you know that every week at 8 o'clock, I have to sit down and study. I have to ensure that by the end of the week on Friday, I've submitted my assessment, and I've got an accountability partner just in case I don't have any way to get support, but there's something that I'm struggling with. I can talk to a study buddy. Okay. So here are the support system that you can also use throughout your journey. In case you don't have a study buddy, or maybe your study buddy has gone AWOL on you, you still have AnswerBase. AnswerBase, this is where you will find your technical mentors. They will be able to support you. The support is not 24/7 on AnswerBase, but you will definitely get support during the work hours, which are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. CAT, right? So do use AnswerBase. Technical mentors are always available. We also have Leah or our fresh desk, just in case it's a technical problem. Maybe you can't access your content anymore. Maybe you try to make payment and the payment has not gone through, but you really need to make sure that you submit your assessment. And then we also have a community platform. ALX is a community. We are big on community, because we know that if you want to go far, you cannot be alone. You need people, you need your peers, you need a community. So use the ALX community platform to engage with your peers, look for those people you want to be study buddy with, to also look at the program updates that we'll be sharing. Okay, so I'm going to transition to how you can use the community as a support system to also support your goal, right? ALX is more than just a learning platform. I think you have seen that if you've gone to other online learning platforms like Coursera, like Udemy, you will realize that ALX is not just a learning platform. ALX is a community. So you're already part of a community, and I do not want to preach the choir, because I know that you guys, having completed DA and Python, you've really seen how community is central to our learning. So community here helps you to learn, to grow, to collaborate. And some of you might not even just collaborate because you're doing the same track. I've seen some learners build startups together, being co-founders and establishing, launching big startups because they met at ALX and they decided to engage in the community. So some of the community guidelines that, of course, this is a reminder if you've already been part of the community, but in case you're joining back, you haven't been part of ALX community, you haven't been engaging, this is just a reminder that as you engage in the community, remain respectful to all participants, to your peers, to us, the program support staff. Even as you go to the hub, remain respectful, use the spaces responsibly as well. And also, let's ensure we keep the environment safe. We do not use disrespectful words. We are not racist. We need to make sure that if the environment is safe, we do not spam our peers with advertising stuff or sending them messages or calling them without their consent. And please follow the rules. We've got community guidelines that we also share on our website, but also in the hubs. If you're part of our city hubs, there are rules that you're supposed to adhere to. And finally, please do practice patience when requesting support from ALX staff and your peers likewise. So like I said, we as ALX staff, our working hours are 8 to 5. And if you go on AnswerBase in the middle of the night, please do not expect our technical mentors to be able to respond to you at that time. Okay. Last but not least, just a reminder that our eHub community spaces, how they will look like once they are launched. This is for the machine learning learners. Just be on the lookout for the naming convention. It has changed. You're coming from Python. Now look out for ML 07, which is July. when the program, the track is starting. We have 4 spaces. These haven't changed. You've got your weekly updates, your announcement space, you've got your program hub, where all your resources, all live learning webinars, recordings are going to be shared, step-by-step guides. And some of the guides were curated by our technical mentors, especially around assessments that we find are difficult for many learners. And we also have the ALX Data Programs Team Space, which is a space you can get to ask us questions anytime, but again, we'll be able to respond during working hours. And then there's also your country space. I saw someone asking if there's a WhatsApp group. Please use the community space, your country community space, for any questions that you have. If there is a WhatsApp group in the city where you are, we will also be sharing that in the announcement space. But as of now, there are currently no WhatsApp groups, but we do have country specific program spaces, and this will look the same for DE as well. So spend some time. I think by Friday, your spaces are going to be up. You should be able to access them. You should be able to start connecting, start seeing what you should expect in the program and all those things. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I'll hand over back to you, Halima.
Hi guys, I think I'm the new Halima. Let me try to share my screen. In a few. Where is it? Where is this?
I think as Wachira is trying to find his screen, I see we've got some questions. Please use the Q&A. We have now officially opened the Q&A segment. Okay, over to you, Wachira.
Okay, thank you so much. I think I will be taking over from Halima, and my name is John Washira, also from the data team, and I'm very happy to have all of you here. This is another good session whereby we are hoping that we are going to answer most of your questions. So if at all you have any questions, this is the time. And we still have Halima with us, only that she said she has talked too much and she don't want to exhaust her talking today. She needs also someone else to talk a little bit. So that's why I'm here. Yes, so if you have any questions, kindly put them into the Q&A section so that we can be able to handle them one by one. And also, good thing is we have all our technical mentors here. We have the whole of data team here, so everything is in good place. So let's start with, yes, continue. Someone is saying the talking battles are depleted. Yeah. Yeah, so we start with the Q&A section. Someone is saying, good afternoon. Let me see. Anonymous. Good afternoon, host. I'm a Gmail user, but the calendar link in the welcome email is not syncing with my personal calendar. I'm having the response. You do not have access to the link. What's the next step? Thank you. I think I will give this one. I will give back to Samantha. I know you were here just a few minutes ago to respond to that, even though I think Halima would have been in a better position, but let me give it to Samantha to respond to that.
Thanks, Wachira. So is the first question is what? About the Gmail calendar link,
Yeah,
not
the
what?
Gmail.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll say let me look that up, and then we'll share and would want to know whether it's for DE or for ML, but we'll share both calendar links just now in the chat.
Okay. Thank you. Then someone else is saying, I think I saw Halima talk about this when we were starting. I can't find DE on eHub. Is it still available to Ghanaian learners? So this is, we go to the guy who loves to play video game, Mr. Coyote.
And I'll go over to Samantha. Is there just where we can see it?
Okay, thanks, Kayode. So I saw the question is can't find DE. So If you are not enrolled as a data, if you did not enroll as a data engineering learner at the beginning, and this is when you completed your professional foundations, but you only enrolled as data science, unfortunately, DE is closed for enrollment. I would say application for now. So that's why you're not seeing it on eHub. But if it happens that you were actually enrolled as a data engineering learner when you completed your professional foundations, that's the program that you chose from the beginning, then it means there is a technical issue. So if you can't find data engineering because you didn't, you actually were supposed to be part of data engineering, please submit a ticket via Freshdesk and explain what is happening. Send screenshots. If you can record a mini video, that will be helpful. Our customer support team will be able to support.
Okay, thank you. Then we have someone else also talking about the machine learning calendar not available. Is machine learning available for data engineering cohort? That has been already answered. Then the next one says, I'm unable to link the program calendar sent to our email this morning. Okay, we've said you're going to sort that one out.
Okay, so I've just realized the problem there. It was not available to public. So the settings have been changed, resharing the links. But if you go back to your email, the email you received, those links should be able to work now. Anyone can send a confirmation on whether they are not able to access their links, but I'll also reshare them in the chat.
Okay, also Samantha, before you go, I think you had answered this question, but I would like for you to just clarify it once and for all. Someone is asking, what should I do if I want to move from machine learning to data engineering at the moment?
Unfortunately, that will not be possible. I would advise you to continue with machine learning and complete it. We are currently don't have a new cohort that is available for application for data engineering.
Okay, thank you about that. Someone else is saying, I don't know who I think this one I will take it to Shagan. Someone is asking, I submitted Python assessments a day late. Can I still qualify for data engineering, or what happens from now onwards?
Wow, wow, that's a tight one. So data engineering and machine learning need Python as prerequisite, which means you need to pass Python before you can register for data engineering. And as you have not made Python, ideally you're supposed to join the next available cohort. And seeing that we may not have another next available cohort, I mean cohort 12, then the option would be to join the self-paced program. But Samantha, you can add to this question.
Yes. Yes. I mean, yes, to everything you said is spot on, Shegun, but also to add on to that, we currently are launching self-paced learning experience, and they are only available for data analytics and data science. And data engineering will not have a self-paced program or learning experience this year, at least for now, maybe next year. As you know, data engineering cohort 10 is our first actually cohort where we launched this program. So the program will only have two cohorts, which is C10 and C11 for now. Yes, so for now, unfortunately, if you have not met the Python graduation requirements, you will not be able to proceed. You would have to redo the Python track, but for this, you have to enroll in the data science self-paced program. And you're going to be auto-credited for data analytics, what you've done in data analytics, but because the data analytics program itself or track, there have been updates to that. There are going to be components or modules or courses that you will need to do so that you can be fully, you can be graduated as a data analytics so that you can start accessing Python courses. So there has been a shift. I'm not sure if many of you have seen on our website. we have shift from cohort-based learning to self-paced learning, but of course, we still have some few cohorts that are left that are going to be running up until the end of the year. And this includes the C11, which is where you are right now. We will not be having any other cohorts unless things change, unless there is a change, there's something that has changed. But for now, we are moving towards self-paced learning. Okay, I hope that is clear.
Okay, thank you about that. When you go to our chat, someone is saying, Muhammad Awal. I paid my ALX access fee and currently I'm unable to access my eHub. I'm told it's overdue. I presented a ticket days ago and still I can't access it. Back to you, Samantha, about this.
The payment, okay, Mohammed. Oh, okay. I've seen that you have raised a fresh desk ticket. I'll need your email, Mohammed. So if you can just send the email to the host and the panelist only, we'll be able to escalate. But also just note that you will receive a response via fresh desk. So also keep an eye out on fresh desk.
Okay, thank you so much. This one goes to Kayode. Someone is saying, good evening. I noticed that for the data engineering track, Apache Kafka was left out. Does this mean does this mean we will not be using it, or maybe it was left out by mistake?
Using it.
Come again?
We will be using it.
Okay, so it will be used. Thank you so much for that. Then another person talking about calendar. Yes, someone is saying, I registered in both machine learning and data engineering. I want to continue with ML. Will it be a problem for me? So basically what they're asking is, should they withdraw for one or something of that sort? This one we'll give it to Samantha when as we near our closing time.
Okay, there is no problem. I mean, you can continue with your ML track. I mean, whichever track you choose between the two, just pick one and continue with it. There won't be any problem because at ALX, our policy is you're allowed to enroll in so many programs at the same time. So, I mean, there's no problem. You just have to choose one track because for at least for this cohort-based tracks, you know that we have a start date and a hard finish date. So that's the only reason we're asking you to pick one and focus on that one so that you're able to finish before the program or before the program wraps up. Because if you choose to and you're not able to complete, you will not have achieved anything at the end of the day. Because once the program completion date has reached, the deadline has reached, you won't be able to access anything. You won't be able to attain a certificate. Yes, you can access the content as long as you have paid your access fee, but you won't be able to get recognition for completing it, even if you continue after that.
Thank you. Then there is someone else here. I think this is a question that is in most of our learners' minds at the moment. Someone is asking, also anonymous attendee, when do certificates for Python come out? Back to you, Samantha. When do we get
Yes,
this certificate?
so please do expect to get your Python certificates by end of this week. There's been a delay. It's really a technical delay on our end, but we do hope by Friday you will receive an email with your certificates.
Okay, thank you. I've seen like 5 more comments talking about the calendar. All the events are titled as busy. So also we are going to look to check that, and it's going to be rectified. Let me take one more question. Ibrahim Kisinda. Ibrahim, you're saying, I have completed the Python program, but it is not shown in my dashboard. It only shows that I have completed 2 programs. I think that one I will direct it to Samantha. And also for this one, you will need to share with us your email so that you can be able to be helped in a better way. Samantha?
Sorry, the question is what? I'm not able to see what. I'm also trying to look for the question.
Yeah, it's I think that last on the Q&A, someone is saying,
Very
I have
nice.
you've seen it.
Also, I
I
saw
have
that.
completed the Python program, but it is not shown in my dashboard. It only shows that I have completed two
Complete the
programs.
program. Oh, okay. All right. All right. So what that means is the Python validation process is not done. Like I said, this is a technical problem. So for you to be able to see that you have completed, there is a script, a code that is run in the backend of eHub that is not run yet because there is a technical bug. So that's what is currently going on. That's why I was saying we'll hope by the end of Friday is our target for you to receive your graduation certificates. But because this script is not running, they have to look at what's going on. That's why you're not seeing that it is completed. So I'm sure for now, you can see that you've completed professional foundations, you've completed Python. I mean, data analytics, but Python is showing that you're not validated as a graduate yet. So just stay on the lookout. By Friday, all of this should be have been resolved. So please do exercise some patience.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Do we have any other questions? Because all the other questions are a repetition of the questions that we've been answering. So, any more questions going once? And thank you so much. We already have our poll. It has been launched. So kindly, please fill in the poll so that we can be able to make this experience better for you and for also other people who are going to join the program and to know exactly where to make things better. So do we have any other question even as we move on to the next agenda of the day?
I see we have two people that have their hands raised. If you can allow them to speak, that would be great.
Okay, let me say that. Okay, that's great. So we have Gerard. Gerard, are you able to speak? You can unmute. Gerard Nyerere. And probably even as we wait for Gerard Nyerere, we have Uno Musukutwa. I hope I've not butchered your name. You also have your hand up. Are you able to unmute? Okay, even before you do that, let's hear from Shegan.
Can you permit me to share my screen quickly? I see a lot of learners asking that they cannot access the previous courses. So I just want to quickly show them how to. All right, thank you. So when you have completed data analytics or Python, you're now moving to machine learning, you may not be able to access it. So when you come to Athena, right, let me zoom a bit. You would see at the top left, I believe you guys, okay, I can see my screen. At the top left, you will see dashboard and you would see this course. So if you click on it, forget mine is many, you should see Python, data analytics. So it's here, you'll be able to access your previous course. So you click on this drop down, then select your previous course, either Python or data analytics, then you'll be able to access your previous course. Yep, thank you.
Thank you about that. We had people who had their hands up. I think they've lowered all their hands. So we will go to the next part. Let's see.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm to everyone that the calendars are now public and they should be able to see all the events. I also fixed there was another restriction that even if you had the calendar, you couldn't see, you would only see busy. So you can also you can share confirmation in the chat if you have been able to edit the calendar and be able to see the events, and it's no longer showing busy.
No. Okay, thank you so much about that. I hope now the blocker has been unblocked. We have Cheesy, your hand is up even before we go to the next point. Are you able to unmute and say something or ask your question?
Hello, hi. Yeah, I just want to ask about the D because I didn't see any coding challenges. I know the MCQs, but there are no coding challenges for DE, so I just want to get that right.
Okay, Kayode, can you kindly respond to that?
All right. John, can you hear me?
I can't hear.
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible now.
All right, all right. So, DE, like we said, the main concept is a pipeline with big data, and we'll be talking about streaming and batching data. So, it's not just, how will I say, it's not okay to just look at your code and assume it will work. Be correct, and your pipeline be a complete failure. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So more often than not, do the pipeline and then observe it for 2 days. And you are going to answer an MCQ, it's going to put 2 days, 3 days. So if the pipeline runs for a day or 2 days or the wrong amount of days, you are definitely going to get the wrong answer. Even for us to make that a code challenge. That's why I say it's a whole different level. Your code might be correct, pipeline completely wrong and in failure because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's even ingesting the wrong data, but your code is perfect. Yeah. That's why there will be no code challenges for DE.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I think we can go to the next agenda. And kindly, people, let's continue interacting with our poll because I can see only 41% of us have been able to answer the poll questions. Let's continue interacting with it. Now, and to the next.
Okay, Wachira, if you can hear me, feel free to
Okay.
move on to the next segment. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the next segment right about now. How do we take this out? So now onto the next steps. After this, navigate to the ML and DE have community spaces and connect with your peers. The next thing is join us for the office hours on Thursdays at 2 p.m. GMT, 3 p.m. WAT, and 4 p.m. CAT, and also 5 p.m. EAT. So those are the timings for the office hours. Then issuers of the Python track certificates will commence in the next coming days. Please note, learning content will become available and accessible from next week. Use this week to rest and get familiar with the track structure. So, and to the next, we are very pleased to have had you here. We are glad that you are starting a very beautiful journey. And thank you for attending this session. Hope to see you soon and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk to God, go banging on his door.
You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks.
You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself
Standing in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
And the world's gonna know your name.
yeah,
Cause you burn with the brightest flame.
yeah,
And the world's gonna know your name.
yeah.
And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can go the distance, you can run the mile. You can walk straight through hell with a smile.
You could be the hero, you can get the gold. Breaking all the records they thought never could be broke.
Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. Are you ever gonna know if you never even try?
Do it for your country, do it for your name.
Cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame. And the world's gonna know your name. Cause you burn with the brightest flame. And the world's gonna know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. Be a champion. Be a champion. Be a champion. Be a champion. The walls of the Hall of Fame. Be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers. Yeah. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions, be truth seekers. Be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers. Yeah. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions. Standing in the Hall of Fame. And the world's gonna know your name. Cause you burn with the brightest flame. And the world's gonna know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be the King Kong hanging on your chest.